So here we go, a small black Seiko box. So you know we got something special going on. Let's get this guy out. Man, what a pain with these gloves. All right, we got the black tissue paper. Pull this guy out of there. And this is a Seiko Prospex. There we go, your warranty, booklet, card, all that kind of good jazz. You know, the boring stuff, but when you need it, you need it. Here you go. Get that nice little tissue paper out. Let's take a look at this guy. I'm pretty excited. This one, you know, it's been on watch magazines. This is one of the pricier Seiko Prospex options. So let's unveil it. Oh, piece of foam, always ruining the look. All right, so it's a limited edition. You can see there it comes with the extra NATO strap, and this is their special new style of NATO that they use. NATO inspired, I guess. I'm not sure what the term is for that. And it's got a really tight weave. It's a special weave. It's a Seiko. And there you got the little Seiko logo. I like when they add the extra little, you know, branding on the band and help make it not, you know, as generic looking. But as attractive as it looks in that plastic, let's go on to the main part and look at the watch itself. There you go. Boom. I know these yellow bags, you see them a lot with the Astrons and some of the fancier ones, but doesn't help with the unboxing really. Here we go. And wow. The face is a lot darker than you see it in the pictures. You got that chocolate bar band that was inspired by the 68 model. Got this guy here. But yeah, no, if you look at the pictures of it, it looks a lot bluer usually. It's a real dark blue. It's got a little bit of the gradient. This one's inspired by the Antarctic expeditions. This one is an SLA series, of course, and this one is the SLA. Oh, save the ocean. SLA055. I don't know why I always make up the 55 and the 57, but this one is the 55. This is the one that they promote a little bit more than the two-tone one we covered a few weeks ago. And just like the two-tone version, I was really interested in seeing this. I don't know why this one took so long to get to us. You know, it was supposed to be out back, I think, in January. But real nice looking watch. Give me a second, and let's take the plastic off and get a really good look at it. It's kind of hard with the gloves, so I'll be back in a sec. So again, we're looking at the SLA 055, and you can see there the polishing. It's just amazing. They do a great job here. It's a real step up in quality when you compare it to the SPP ones. This is a very pricey watch. This is $4,600, but man, it just looks killer. You know, sometimes you look at a watch and you don't see the price difference, but this one feels much more like a luxury watch than the SPP series. This one SLA. So with the SLA, you're gonna have an 8 movement in there. So this one here is an 8L 35, and the 8L 35 is basically, you know, one of your starter packs for when it comes to, you know, Grand Seiko movement. So the watch is made and assembled in the same factory that they do the Grand Seiko movements in there. There you got that chocolate bar band I was telling you about. You know, a little detail, for the inspiration of the 68 model. There you got the slightly curved loop there. A lot of the Seikos have the metal loop. I've had people complain to me about them a little bit on the boats and stuff, but then some people like them. I think they look cool. I like this little curve there. It feels a little more dynamic instead of just a plain square. It kind of gives it a little bit of movement. You know, your standard Seiko buckle there, it looks like. And then here's the back of the watch. This watch is a limited edition, and this one here, let's take a look at it, is number 729 of, I think it was 1300. So there's the back of the watch. You got the push pin, so it makes it easy to change out the holes there to push out the band. But yeah, no, it's a lot darker. It almost gives you kind of like a midnight vibe, you know, like a kind of like a purplish gray sky kind of look. When you see the pictures, it looks really, really blue, but that's what's kind of surprising to me, because it does look different than the pictures we see, you know, online and on the Seiko materials. But just, it's a handsome watch. You know, it's not as basic as your black watch. So I really like the face. They've really outdone themselves again, as usual, with the dial. See it ticking away there. And here we go. A little closer look at the dial. Really, really sharp looking, but as you can see, it's got that kind of real dark blue, with an ever so slight gradient. I mean, you can see it there. It's got the sapphire crystal, of course, ceramic bezel. Just check out that tooling. And then here you can see the side of the watch. Really handsome. This one's inspired by the 68, but this isn't the solid construction case. As I showed you the back before, it does open from the back, and because of that, it is a lot thinner. And wow, check out that angle there. That's pretty cool looking. What's nice about this, it makes it you know, a lot more slender. It's easier to wear, and you can, you know, wear it even if you have a suit or some dress shirts, it'll fit well underneath it, because it's not this big dive watch that's kind of popping out. And a lot of the 68 pieces with the solid cases, you know, they are rather thick, and this one is surprisingly thin, especially for how much of a tool watch this is. Again, this one's the 8L35 movement in here. So introductory Grand Seiko movement with that. So here's a closer look at the strap and the weave I was telling you about. We've covered it in a couple other videos, but look how well those two match each other. I know it's got a lot of reflection there, but try to do it so you can see that the blues, once you pop that guy on there, man, that's a killer looking watch in itself. Looks really good. Let's see if we can take a glimpse of that weave. Looks much better here than out of the plastic. And it is, you know, a NATO strap, but you're gonna have to pop those guys out through the holes there and then switch it out. It's not like they're both NATO straps, so you're gonna have to take the rubber out to make it work. So you're gonna have to have your tools to switch bands in. I know most of y'all do, but the polishing, I can't get over it. Just a real nice looking watch. All right, so yeah, the size of this is 42.6 millimeters. As you can see it there on my wrist, it doesn't really look like a smaller watch, and it doesn't look like it's overpowering either. My wrist is about a 7.5 inch wrist. I just like it. It feels good, it looks good. It definitely gives you the feeling with the details and just the overall quality of the watch of a much more luxurious watch. So when looking at it, in the photos, it's not really bluer in all the production photos of it. It's just, it's got a little more of a gradient. You see more of a lighter, you know, dark midnight blue kind of color in the middle. But when you really look at it, you don't really see that gradient as much in real life. It's really, really subtle. You know, you compare it to some of the other watches with the really dramatic gradients and the dramatic dials they've been doing. This is really subtle, and this subtleness I think will add to the you know, the refinement of the watch. People complain about the dates of the Seikos being in weird spots lately, but that's because of the ISO standards. You got to have all the markers got to be lit up now, so it is kind of weird to have it right there, but I think it looks a little better this way than having like one of those little half marker things on the side, you know. And you know, when we'll see it under in the dark room, you know, we'll see it Lumen, and then you'll see all the markers are there. But that's kind of the reason why the weird placement. That's something kind of new. All the Seiko Dive Prospex, they go through ISO standards, you know, because they are, you know, real dive watches. And you know, there's a lot of watch companies out there that say, oh yeah, this goes down so many meters, but you know, they kind of lie on all that, or you know, tell a little fib about it. But Seiko, as we know, is a great dive watch. This one, the 8L35, it's about a 50-hour power reserve on this guy. So, but just overall, great looking watch. Let's go take a look at it in the dark room. And here we got it in the dark. Beautiful lume. You can see the second hand sweeping away there. And you can see why I was telling you about the date and how the date has to be in between the markers. You got uninterrupted markers there. And that's some of the new ISO testing requirements when it has it on the watch. You got to have full. So yeah, the date in there is a little different, but I think it's better than breaking, you know, one of the longer at the 3 o'clock, or replace, well, they can't really even replace the 4 o'clock because it needs to have that little glow marker in there, and that would probably look a lot rougher. So that's why they went with that 4:30 date window. But this is a fantastic watch. I mean, I was really surprised when I saw it in the pictures. I was like, oh, that's cool. But when you get to hold it and touch it and take a look at it, I mean, it's a really luxurious Seiko, especially for a dive watch. You could just feel the quality kind of going through the watch. And, you know, I don't really say that about a lot of the Seikos, but this one, the SLA 055 and the 057, so you got the two-tone colorway, and this one, the black, the dark blue, and the stainless. I mean, both are just killer watches. I mean, I know the price is $46, but I mean, they're really good looking watches, and when you have them in your hand and you look at them, you can really see why they're the price they are. It's kind of hard to imagine and see when you're just looking at them online or looking at pictures. You got to get one in your hand. It's, you know, the difference between have a watch with like really fine craftsmanship and, you know, just your average watch. So at first I was gonna, you know, I was really trying to see why the price break was that much for this watch, but after handling it, I can really understand it. So if you get a chance, take a look at one of these guys. They're really nice. I know I'm tempted to keep one of these for myself, just because they are super killer. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. And if there's other Seikos that I'm missing and you're like, hey, why don't you show me what that one looks like? You want an unboxing of it, a review of it, just let me know. All right, thank you all. Have a good one. Bye.